This is a 1911, and tell me a little bit about it. So this is a
This is
Regal.
a Regal. This is pre-underslung Regal because uh, this was a 1910 year manufactured car. So this was before they had the enough funding to make their underslung cars. It is a Demi Tonneau touring car, and what Demi Tonneau means is the rear seat assembly is held on by about 4 bolts, and when you take those 4 off, you can take the whole rear seat and top assembly off,
So
and you
that
can have
was
like
what
a roadster.
they
Yeah,
used to do back then. Is you would have a Roadster. So this was kind of the same, and in the back could be many different things.
yeah, family car during the week, sporting car on the weekends, and
Wow.
that's why the doors are hinged to the back of the car, so that when you take, there's you can see the body gap here from where you take it
Right.
off, and so that's
Yeah.
when you
So
take the
that's
rear
just
seat
a
off.
bolt on,
Yep.
and then you've got your extra passenger space. Clever. Well, and easy to manufacture too, because they could manufacture all this, and then those are just separate components. I
Yep.
love that idea. That's great. And I noticed there's some really cool things like the hood strap to hold it down, so there isn't like a regular
Yep.
latch.
There's no latch. Would you like me to open it up?
Yeah, and I like those springs, so that's just because it's bouncing around, probably just to hold it.
Yep. And it keeps the straps tensioned at all times because you tighten it
Yeah.
down, and then you get a little bit of a spring there. It keeps it tight. So this is a 4-cylinder engine. It is two-cylinder castings, exposed valve. It is 30 horsepower, 3-speed manual, and it has a transaxle. So what that means is that instead of having a transmission directly connected to the engine, the transmission is in the rear axle, and so all the gears and moving parts are in the rear end. It does make the back of this car very heavy.
Well, this whole transaxle idea. Porsche had it. I think 928 had it, and also Corvette's big on having the transaxle, the weight distribution, but it's not a new idea.
No, it was done from the beginning.
Cool. Anything else?
This car features a leather cone clutch. So instead of metal plates in a normal modern clutch,
Right.
there are 2 leather cones that
Yeah,
fit into
one
each
cone
one. Yeah,
pushes to the other, and that way they mate easily, and there's a lot of surface area on the cone, and it's more compact than having just the regular circular clutch.
yes.
Yeah, and leather was abundant and provides some friction but smoothness too,
Yes.
rather than the metal. And
And
then it's a wear item, but it's not that difficult to replace then.
and you need to treat your cone clutch. So once a year, probably at the beginning of the year after the dry winter, you go through with needs foot oil or neem oil, and you separate the 2 cones, and you coat the inside and outside of them, and um, it brings moisture into the cone, so it's less grabby. And because cone clutches are infamous for being too grabby, so
Right.
and
You
they're
got
very
nothing and then it
sensitive.
grabbed.
Yeah, exactly. Which this car isn't much of a problem because it's a big torquey motor.
Right. And we have the crank because there is no electric
This car does
starter.
not have an electric start. It doesn't
And,
even have a battery. It is a
and I
magneto-driven car.
noticed, okay, magneto, and it does have, so these are positions for lamps, which.
Yes, these are
don't
headlamp
have.
forks. We have the headlamps.
Oh, good.
They've been at a brass guy's shop since 2008. Just haven't gotten around to putting them back on. Kerosene-powered side lamps.
And it's a right-hand drive,
Yep, right-hand
which
drive.
wouldn't have been that unusual then. I know the Model T was the car that really pushed having the left-hand drive. And then what are these 2 controls then?
This is your parking brake. So this is, brake on, brake off. This is your gear selector. So first gear is in and back. Second gear is out and forward. Third gear is out and back. And reverse is in and forward.
Okay, and then 2 pedals.
Yep. So this car doesn't have a gas pedal similar to a Model T. This is your brake pedal here, and this is your clutch pedal. Your two controls up on the steering wheel are your timing control. So this is all the way retarded. This is all the way advanced, and your throttle control. This is all the way retarded, and this is all the way advanced. It's so that you don't get the two mixed up and move one the wrong way and stall
Which
a
you
car.
do not want. And then between the seats, what's that knob for?
That is actually for an exhaust cutout.
Ah,
It goes to a whistle. So
okay.
it's similar to a steam train whistle, and it's just a four-tone air motor.
Wow, this is just a great car. Unusual.
Not too many of them around,
No,
especially the non-underslung Regals, because the Regal underslungs they're sought after
no.
because they're sporty and they're quick.
Right. When you say underslung, what does that mean then?
And you can see there's a Regal underslung example up in the Ford Piquette Plant Museum. But what underslung means is that instead of the chassis sitting on top of the springs and the
Right.
axle being under the chassis like you see here,
Mm-hmm.
the chassis basically it looks like it's flipped upside down, so these curve up and it hangs on springs, and the front axle is actually above the chassis, and so it gives the car a lower, sportier, a low center of gravity, which they found out was the key to going faster because you can turn without flipping over.
Right. Right. Great. All right. Well, thank you.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much. This is an exciting car.